pissed, too. Everyone's pissed. Well, Anthony, let me just say this.
Yeah.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony on 102.7 WNEW.
Yes.
I didn't think I would be saying that again.
Nope. Yeah, that was close.
Whoa, that was close. Duck, Opie.
But yeah, your pals came really close this time.
So you want to? Well, let's start with Stinky. Get Stinky in here. See, we got to say something today, obviously, because we were teasing the fact for 2 weeks when we went on vacation for the holiday, for Christmas and New Year's, that we would be back live with brand new shows. What, January 2nd?
Christmas and New Year's. That seems like 10 years ago.
And now it's January 4th, and we're finally back on the air. And it would be kind of hard to just make believe that nothing happened in the last 2 days.
Yeah. You know, got to kind of say something.
And I know a lot of people listening to make sure we behave. Don't worry.
A lot of speculation, I know. I was reading on the message board and everything. A lot of speculation as to why we weren't live January 2nd.
So we're down the hall. And I call Stinky. I go, Stinky, a lot of people wondering if we're going to finally be on the air today.
Yeah.
I go, do us a favor. And just before commercials, come on the air and go, you know, this is Stinky. The guys are going to be live. And because we've done so many repeat shows in the last 2 weeks, I said it would be smart to say the date. So people go, oh, okay, he's talking about today.
Today's date.
This isn't something that Stinky, said a year and a half ago, and it's just part of their best of crap.
Right.
And trust me, I'm sick of the best of at this point.
We're not going to be able to do another best of for a year.
Right. So I go, Stinky, just tell everyone we're going to be live for the first time in a long time, and tell them the date, January 4th, 2001.
It's like when the hostage takers make the hostage take a picture with today's newspaper
right.
to confirm that it's today.
That's exactly what I was getting at. And in case you're just tuning in, this is what Stinky said.
All right, everyone relax. It's Stinky. It's January 4th, 2000. O&A will be back live in 5 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Will somebody put this retard out of his misery?
Stinky, good one. You're a little nervous or something.
That was your big break right there.
I know, I kind of...
a lot of our faithful listeners, there's a lot of listeners out there that could care less if we're live or we're on tape or fired or whatever. They don't care. But there's a core audience that really wanted to know what was going on, and it was your duty to make sure people realized we were going to be live today.
Wrong! Try again, dumbass!
I assume you realize that it's the year 2001.
2001.
Right?
Yeah, well, after about every person in the whole studio told me and ridiculed me about it, and everyone on the phones, it's 2001, dumbass.
Well, it is. You just saw the message boards. What the hell is Stinky smoking? Is he too busy listening to Fish?
Oh, God.
You know the deal.
Well, I don't want to be a geek and have it written down in front of me and read it off, so I figured
maybe.
But I blew it anyway.
The funny thing is, I go, Stinky, why don't you write it down? I did tell you to write it down.
He did. Yeah, I heard that in the office. Soap called and said, maybe you should write that down. And you said, no.
I'm writing it down.
No. All right, Anthony, a lot of people want an explanation.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to just simplify everything that has gone on since we were last live on these airwaves. Okay?
Back in 2001.
I'm going to just simplify it. I hope you have a pen and paper because you're going to be blown away.
All right. Here is...
All right. This is all the stuff that has happened. Vin Scelsa.
Yeah.
Let go.
Yes.
No longer a part of WNEW.
You will not hear Vin on Sunday nights.
Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
Almost fired.
Closer than any of you could ever imagine.
Hanging by a thread.
You should have seen the boys.
Oof. Rick, our producer.
Yeah.
Was going to be fired yesterday.
Right. It was a done deal. And we were supposed to be on the air yesterday. We were going to come on the air.
Wait,
do a show.
Can I give the last piece of news and then we'll back up?
Uh-huh.
Radio chick. Fired
today.
Fired
done.
Today.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony suspends the PD yesterday. That's what happened since we left.
That is exactly what happened.
You think we're BSing, whatever. Most of this will come out in the press. But that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened.
We've always been honest with you guys. Vince Scelsa, let go. Opie and Anthony, almost fired. Rick was supposed to be fired yesterday. Radio chick, fired. Anthony, suspended. Jeremy, our PD, for today.
There you go. That's what happened.
All right, let's move on. How was your vacation, Ant?
Pretty good. Had a nice, relaxing vacation. The first week of it, anyway. Oh, my God. Yeah, we fully intended on coming on the air and doing a show yesterday.
Right.
Right up until 2. No, 1. Yeah, right. 1:30.
1:30, 1:40.
1:30, 1:40. I knew when Opie slammed the door, grabbed his coat, rattled off some curse words, and just took off out of the studio, out of the offices, down the hallway toward the elevator. That it was time to get yet another stellar Worst Up show together.
Now, I'm assuming we're allowed to talk about this part of everything, right?
Yeah,
this is part of our lives. It's part of our show.
In the office, yeah.
It's part of what has been going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were called into a meeting.
Yeah.
And it was told to us that Rick was going to be fired.
Yeah.
This was at 1:40, 20 minutes before we're supposed to entertain, every back from vacation.
Yes, this happened. Now, January 2nd was a lot of fun, too.
Well,
so on the heels of that
part, I assume we should just leave alone for now.
Oh, I know, but let's just say it wasn't a fun day for the boys. No, that was the day that the boys almost got nailed.
Yeah.
And then the next day, we wanted to come on the air, do a show, and just get the ball rolling again.
Right.
And we're dragged into the office right before the show and told that Rick is going to be fired.
Right.
So now we're just like, Opie freaks out.
No.
What?
Anthony loses his effing mind.
Yes, I did. In the office.
And basically told Jeremy, our boss, that it's not his decision to make.
Yeah, that was pretty much what was spelt out with the F word thrown in every other word. I got a problem with that word, man. I can't use it on the air. Off the air, it is every other word out of my mouth is the F word.
Which was effing brilliant.
FFF.
So then he decided to get on his high horse and tell us, do you guys realize how close you guys were to being fired on Monday?
Oh, believe us, we knew.
So that's when we screamed and said, yeah, we do realize that because we were there.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I got up and I strung together, I don't know, about 10 curses in a row.
Yeah.
I would love a tape of that because
please.
I was pretty proud.
Please.
And it was a closed-door meeting. I said, I will not be going on the air today, and I don't know when I'll be going on the air again.
Yeah, I am out of here.
And I took the door and literally almost ripped it off its hinges.
Yes. And
stormed out.
Yeah.
At this point, I hear that Jeremy freaked out, said, oh, no, what did I do?
Well, it was, maybe it shouldn't have gone down that way.
Right.
And the timing with right before showtime and everything.
Now, one of the most classic lines, he goes, should I follow him? Because now at this point, I'm already down the hall with my jacket, my keys. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I said, let me go talk to him.
No, but before you said that, you go, I don't think that would be a good idea.
I think you should stay here, and I will speak with Opie.
Right.
And then we had meetings down in the lobby of this building, and phone calls are being made.
And that's why we got to talk about it, because while we're in the lobby, there's nowhere to go when you're in a crisis around here. You notice that?
Yeah.
Because we couldn't stay around here because it was intense. So I left. You came down. And we're in the lobby of the building trying to discuss what the F is going on, what to do, right?
Whether there is an Opie and Anthony show.
And there are listeners down there going, hey, I love the show, guys.
Yes, there's a guy with headphones on looking at us, smiling, nodding his head. And we're trying to, discuss top secret stuff.
He has no clue that we are trying to figure out what the F to do.
Yeah.
But he has his Walkman on, and he's ready to listen to another fine Opie and Anthony show.
So I'm doing some minor shuttle diplomacy on the elevator. Opie's in the lobby on the phone. I'm going upstairs, talking with people up here. Downstairs, talking to Opie. And on the elevator, there's people going, hey, can't wait to hear the show today. And I just got to smile. Yeah. Can't wait to get on, effer.
So then Anthony, without going into detail, goes back in with Jeremy.
Yeah.
Our boss.
Mm-hmm.
and basically tells him to take the day off today.
Well, it was
so we could do a radio show.
It was thought that it might be best for this show to get back on track without Jeremy being here for our show.
So you told him to take the day off.
Well, it was discussed. Yes,
you told him to take the day off.
Not be here when we do our show. So what does that amount to me suspending Jeremy for the day?
Oh yeah.
Hey, there you go.
It'll be a chapter in our book. Anthony Suspended the Boss. That is brilliant. So then, fast forward to today. And I show up early before you got here.
Yeah.
And you know how we have to walk by Jeremy's office to get into our office.
Uh-huh.
I walk by, his door's open. And I'm like, that son of a bitch. I thought Anthony suspended him.
Yeah.
So I go into our office, and now I slam the door again.
One of those wall-shaking door slams.
Oh, yeah. Next thing I know, his office is locked, and he has left the building.
Yes.
And he's not here.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And that's where we sit.
For now.
A lot of people saying, you're saying all this stuff, but you're not saying why. There's a lot of stuff we just can't talk about. A lot of people have speculated. We've read a lot of speculations. I'd say 80% of them are correct. People out there are smart enough to figure things out.
I think the people that care know exactly what that went down. And
you know what the deal is.
And that's it.
And if no one thought it could ever get to the point where we could be thrown off of these airwaves, right. Oh, yeah, it can. It can. It came close. As a matter of fact, during one point on January 2nd, Opie, we were fired. I looked at you. You looked at me.
Yeah.
And it was that same familiar feeling from Boston.
Yep.
That it was done.
Right.
Like, weren't all kinds of things going through your head like, all right, now what? Now we got to start the ball rolling on what you do after you get thrown
Something
off.
happened in there that changed. I can't.
No, you can't. We can't talk about it. We can't. The people that know this show have to just understand that we can't talk about it. But if you delve into it, you'll know what we're talking about. That's all. That's all we can say.
I'm sure there'll come a day that we'll talk about it, but we can't.
Not right now.
No.
I mean, that was one of those. We've talked about it many times on these very airwaves that one of these days you will turn on the radio and we will not be here. And it was very close to being a couple of days ago.
I know it is.
And no joke. No, this isn't a bit. This was honestly the closest that we've come without actually being thrown out the door.
And there's no guarantee Rick's keeping his job.
No, this is still up in the air, too.
Right.
This is still up in the air.
There is no guarantee at this point.
Yeah.
Oh. No, Rick, with your status, just put down your pen today.
Yeah.
Put down your pen and paper. The one thing I want to say, do you have that Post article, Ben?
Yeah.
I mean, we had the worst vacation ever. We were supposed to get 2 weeks to relax, go skiing, get our heads together for another fine year of broadcasting, and half the time was spent wondering if we were ever coming back, and that is a fact.
Right.
And I got to thank the New York Post. This came out during vacation. Keep your eye on these up-and-comers in 2001.
Yeah, how about that?
What a shoot. This was in Monday.
Can you believe this?
This was Monday, January 1st.
When at the time this came out, Opie and I were on the phone with each other every hour going, all right, strategy.
Well, this came out Monday, and this should be a really big deal for us and the show and the listeners and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as most people were reading this going, wow, look at this. You know, they list 10 people that are up-and-comers for the year 2001. Opie and Anthony make it as talk show hosts in New York City. Just to give you an idea, we're in the same company as a lady named James King. I know it's a guy's name, but it's a girl who's supposed to be the next supermodel, okay?
Yeah.
Huh?
Kid Rock's girlfriend.
Kid Rock's girlfriend. Thank you, Ben.
Great.
Jimmy Fallon from SNL, who's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter of the Yankees.
There you go.
Venus Williams, the black tennis player.
Why can't you just say the good tennis player, Opie?
Whatever. Dan Doctoroff, president of New York's Olympic Bid Committee. Some chef. David Boies, who's the lawyer for Al Gore.
Oh, Al Gore's lawyer, the guy that lost every case to try to get him to be president.
A couple guys that are putting a website together, website entrepreneurs, and then finally Opie and Anthony, radio talk show host. This should be a big deal for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we should be proud of this. As we were reading this on Monday, January 1st, we were hours away from wondering if we were going to ever come back on these airwaves.
Yep. There you go. That's how we spent the tail end of our vacation. First week, the Christmas portion of the vacation, that was cool. I didn't hear anything. I didn't get any of those phone calls. When did you get the phone call?
We are trying to be careful and discuss this, but I mean, our listeners expect something. That's why I called the bosses, I'll just say, to just kind of check in.
Hey, Merry Christmas
kind of thing. Sure. Just to check in, seriously, see how everything was going. And the quote was, you guys didn't tell me what you did just before you... Well, say I got...
Yeah,
whatever. But we got the call that something was happening.
Yeah.
And then we spent the next 10 days going, holy ass.
Mm-hmm.
What the F?
Ooh. And that, screwed up the second half of the vacation.
Right.
That's for sure.
Right.
I was hardly able to concentrate on any of my video games. I was very upset.
But we're back. It's January 4th, 2001.
2001, Stinky.
Our phone number, 212-757-1027. We have lots of things to discuss. We were on CNN during break, and we have a whole list of stuff we want to talk about.
Right.
Guys, please help us out and don't hammer us on stuff, because it's really, we're not out of the woods.
It's sensitive, as they say.
And we're not out of the woods yet, okay?
Yeah.
But we figured we had to tell you something. But as the wreckage clears, I'll say it again, Vince Scelsa let go.
Mm-hmm.
Opie and Anthony almost fired.
Yeah.
This past Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Rick was going to be fired yesterday, our producer.
And we don't know where that stands as of yet.
And that is the God's honest truth.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were allowed to do a show today.
Yeah.
They should have did the F show.
Yeah, the F show. That's when you get on and do the F show. It sounds like the meeting we had with Jeremy. F.
Oh, and finally, Anthony suspended the program director. Got to have a little comedy in here. That'll go down in history. Anthony suspending our boss. You know what balls that takes, Anthony, after what we've been through?
Opie, when you look the firing right in the face like that, and it was that close, it's like when you look in death right in the eyes and you skate it, gives you newfound freedom. It does. And also several beers. I swear to God, this place is going to turn me into a goddamn raging alcoholic.
I heard after I stormed out, and the funny thing is, I got here late because this is a place you just don't want to be around right now.
No.
Usually we show up at 11 and we have lunch and we really enjoy ourselves.
It's powder keg.
But after all the stuff that went on, I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm getting there early,
Mm-hmm.
So I parked the Lexus.
Opie's Lexus. How much longer you got that thing?
I thought they were going to take it away from me yesterday.
Your kids.
I swear to God, I'm like, wow. This is going to be repossessed right in front of my eyes.
Wouldn't that be great? Because then you could just take it on a joyride.
The IS300 Lexus. Yeah, I'm enjoying that still.
Yeah.
For now. So I park it downstairs, and Jamaican Mike is like, what's going on, Mon? That whole deal.
Uh-huh.
And he parks the car. Swear to God, a half hour later, I'm getting
You're spawning back in.
So he's like, that's why there's so many people that are, know what's going on.
When Ope stormed out, and then I came down, talked to him, came back up. Ben, what was the first thing I did? First thing. Now, this is major crisis situation going down. First thing.
went to the fridge and downed a beer.
Right. I crack a bud and I just go, well, beer makes everything better. And I slammed a bud, got my thoughts together.
Yeah.
And then went in and suspended Jeremy.
You guys, no joke. Anthony suspended the program right there. And when he was here, when I got here, I made it clear that, he broke his promise. One of many promises that we'll get into in the coming weeks. So that's when I slammed the door, and then he realized, okay, maybe when Ann said I shouldn't be here today, he really meant it, and he was gone, out of the building.
Of slamming doors, I'm slamming beers. That's how this show works.
All right, Anthony.
Christ.
Well, let's take a break, okay?
All right, man. Cool.
And,
we'll take some calls. We'll
we gotta
get into things. There's a lot of stuff that happened during vacation that has nothing to do with us and our crisis, so be touching on a lot of that. But just, guys, the stuff that is sensitive issues and stuff. Let's try to lay off it so the boys could have maybe a couple of weeks of still being employed.
Right.
Jiminy Cricket.
Right. All right. 212-757-1027 is the phone number. All right. 212-757-1027 is the phone number.